You're a moron.
Do not climb over the fence.
Oh, you think you need that sign? Please don't climb over the fence. Welcome back to Under Oath. I'm going to say this, and people could be offended. Stupid people are wearing me out. Stupid people are wearing me out.
Why are you looking at me like that when you say this?
No, I'm not looking at you.
Oh, okay.
Recently, a video went viral on social media of a woman at a New Jersey zoo. She climbs over a wooden fence designed to keep visitors a safe distance from the animal enclosures, then goes right up to the tall metal fence of the tiger enclosure and places her hand through a gap in an apparent attempt to pet the animal. The video shows the tiger snapping his jaws at her hand, almost biting her. She got her hand out in time, then stopped and posed before climbing back over the wooden fence. She's also seen on another video at the bear enclosure. She was charged with defiant trespass and violating 2 city ordinances.
She was charged with what now? Defiant trespassing?
Defiant.
Like, I'm trespassing,
It's
you
Jersey.
can't stop
It's Jersey.
me.
It's Jersey. 2019, a woman climbed into the tiger cage at the Bronx Zoo, taunting the animal. 2012, a man jumped off a monorail at the Bronx Zoo into a tiger enclosure and was mauled but survived.
Got one more?
Okay, where's Harambe? That's
Yeah.
what is that?
Oh, you don't know about Harambe? He was shot. Poor Harambe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That kid fell into the gorilla
I
enclosure.
thought it was Spanish for something.
And they were worried that he was going to rip the kid to shreds, so they had to kill him.
All right, here's the
It
deal.
was sad.
Here's the deal.
It was sad, but it was the right thing to do.
Protecting incredibly stupid people. What extent should Jews, I mean, we own the zoos. Okay. To what extent should zoos go to prevent such incidents? And at what point does the responsibility shift to the individual?
Here's what I think. Zoos should do. It might sound a little extreme. They should put in landmines, like all the way in between.
Bouncing Betties, little pop-up lines.
Yeah. It pops up, blows the people smithereens. It should be all the way through between where the animal cage is and the safety fence that you're not supposed to go
and you
past.
have no idea why we told you to privatize your Facebook page.
No idea.
You have no idea.
Yeah, if you're that dumb, you deserve.
Okay.
All of those people
No.
deserve exactly what happened to them.
We go out of our way to protect incredibly stupid people all the time.
We should not.
We do.
That's the problem.
We do.
That is actually society's problem. We stop people from realizing the consequences of their own stupid decisions, and we need to stop doing that.
Says, what you do for a living?
I'm going to turn.
Okay, enough said. Okay. All right, here's the way this works. There's always a reasonable effort. Now, let's say there's a tiger. And I'm going to say this because tigers can jump pretty high. Tigers are fast, strong, and powerful.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 barriers to keep this woman from petting the tiger, they are on notice now that it is too easy to get to the tiger.
No, it's not.
Too easy.
No, it's not. No, they have reasonable warnings
That wasn't reasonable.
in place.
I'm not talking
They've
warning.
got a reasonable amount of space between the safety barrier and the animal cage. If people are going to ignore that, if people are going to ignore the safety protocols in place to keep them from being safe, you can't stop them.
This woman wasn't a ninja.
You can't stop them hurting themselves.
I watched a picture of her.
Doesn't need to be. Doesn't need to be.
Okay, the tiger could have got out just as easily. Could have just as easily gotten out the other way.
What are you talking about? You're just making stuff up.
I watched the video. Did you watch it?
No, but I know the tiger couldn't have gotten out. There's no way a zoo has an enclosure where the tiger can get out. No,
watch the video. Because I went to a animal life refuge, and trust me on this, these are like private places that they can't afford what a zoo affords. And it was serious. There's no getting into here. There's no, it completely wraps around. The tiger can't climb. My cat could climb over this damn thing. How does the tiger not do it?
You would have the zoos be responsible for
in this
people.
In this scenario, they're on notice that they're
specifically ignoring all of the safety protocols to put themselves in a position of danger.
It's called
that is the zoo's fault.
Attractive nuisance.
No, that is not attractive nuisance.
Tiger is attractive.
No.
And I'm not saying that this woman isn't responsible. Look at her. You're a moron.
Do not climb over the fence.
Oh, you think you need that sign? Please don't climb over the fence.
That's all they need.
I know.
That's all they need.
You know the warning sign? You think it's like a dog?
Like, don't climb over the fence.
You think like a dog sign?
Like, it's dangerous.
Okay. All right, let's get on it. Okay, first off,
I can't agree that the zoo is responsible for this.
I think the place
I can't do it.
I'm not saying the zoo is responsible for her stupidity, but I think now that they know, they have to put things in place.
No, they don't. They don't
Okay.
have to encounter hundreds of thousands of dollars of extra safety protocols to keep stupid people
Can
out.
I ask you a question?
No, they don't.
And can I ask you this is the real stupid question. Do we need zoos?
Yes.
Why?
Where else are you going to be able to see a penguin
Oh, so
and a
I have
camel
to see it.
and a hippo all the same day?
So entertainment.
Yes,
So for my entertainment.
correct.
Okay. I don't think we need to be entertained by zoos anymore
Why not?
because I think it asks for problems. You know,
Yeah, people are going to stick their arm in a tiger cage.
Now, you think there are public safety standards as far as zoos go? Like national standards, or you think just like the state has their own rules?
I would imagine that there would be very strict state standards. I can't imagine that the federal government would get involved in regulating zoos unless there's a same zoo company owns a bunch of zoos in a bunch of different states. I mean, when would that ever be a federal issue?
Now, as far as this lady's concerned, you're right. I didn't know the name of the tiger that was actually killed because of the kid who jumped into
Harambe, the gorilla.
the gorilla was killed. That's BS. You're going to torture the animal because you did
Couldn't
something.
take a chance on the gorilla going crazy and ripping the kid to shreds.
I don't know.
Justified hit.
Now remember, see, I don't buy that. We had killer whales that we just move them. We just move the whales. Yeah, the whale that ate the girl.
Yeah, the kid hadn't been ripped apart yet.
No, I'm talking about the when they killed the gorilla afterwards for the.
They killed the gorilla while the kid was still in the cage. They had to. They couldn't let the gorilla be alive.
They can't trank it.
I don't think they had time to go get the tranks.
You don't think they should have tranks on them?
Yeah, maybe. I don't say that they shouldn't have done nothing, but they had to do something to keep this
Now,
gorilla.
what happened to the kid?
Well, kid, I think he like broke an arm or something. He was fine.
But what
afterwards.
happened to him and his family?
Oh, nothing.
I think I should sue that family for everything they're worth.
He fell in. I don't know how he fell in. I don't know if the mom was not paying attention.
How do you just fall
It's
into?
like her
Now hold on.
response.
How do you just fall into a gorilla enclosure?
I think there's a spot where you can look down on them, like they're down in like a pit, like
That's a bad idea.
so high that they can't jump up. But the wall that keeps you while you're looking over, so it's got to be short enough so you can look over the wall. The problem is
on.
if it's short enough for you to look over the wall, it's short enough for a kid to go over the wall.
Who's responsible then?
Now there you might have something.
Okay.
There you might have something.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like any of this thing. And I think in today's world, if you can do a YouTube video, for example, I see the one with the pandas. Remember the one where the guy was trying to take a picture? He goes directly up to the fence and he's taking a picture, and the panda grabs him by his shirt and starts like yanking his head into the wall.
Yeah, that's great.
I love that panda.
I watch that all the time.
That's my favorite.
I've seen that many times.
Okay. The point was
It always
this
makes my day when I see
is
it.
that
too.
you should never be that close
Yeah,
to
you
an animal.
dumbass. Of course that's gonna happen.
Harm you like that. And I hate these. The murder kitty videos where some dude
Murder kitty?
I call lions and tigers murder kitties.
Oh,
And they always have some dude who, he raised the cub, so it loves him. And the dude walks in and the tigers are all, and everyone's going, I want to do that. Do you?
no.
Do you? Because these are animals that the DNA is pretty clear. The DNA says.
Have you seen the
eat it.
videos where the guy like raises the lion cub and then there's like a reuniting of the guy
Yes.
and you see this lion come running? You're like, the whole time the lion's running, you're like, this guy's going to get mauled to death. And then they like hug each other.
Yeah, they remember. Or they do the ones with the dogs now, where the dog raised them as the mother, and now the lion cubs are all grown up, but they still see the dog as the mother.
Oh,
so the mother
no.
walks through the cage and everything, and he's pulling when they're fighting, he breaks it up, and I'm going.
The little dog is like,
And I'm laughing to myself, going, I guess, but then I remember Siegfried and Roy, and I go, nope, because they raised those things from cubs.
Did they?
Yeah. They had cubs and they did it, and then they said the lion was trying to protect him, and I'm like going, yeah. And it just seems a little screwy to be screwing around with animals.
Did they ever do
that are
another
natural
show?
predators. No.
Siegfried
No.
and Roy?
Nope.
They
They both actually are dead now.
Yeah.
I was at that show 2 weeks before that happened.
No kidding.
And there's an area called a pit where the tigers would walk by you. And I remember sitting there going, what if this tiger remembers he's a tiger?
Yeah, you foresaw something there, huh?
And, clearly. And, he fell down because what happens is when they see you fall, they assume you're prey because the DNA. Like, you ever wonder why they can release a tiger into the wild and it automatically knows how to hunt? It's in the DNA. They go, oh, well, we raised it then we released it into wild. Well, how does it know how to hunt? It figures it out.
It just knows.
It just knows. That's called DNA. I think there should be felony. I think they should, on these warnings, they should also make it clear you will be held criminally responsible.
Yeah, that lady should have been arrested.
Yeah. Well, she was.
She put herself and the animal in danger because if something happened, they would be forced to kill the animal to save her stupid life.
Now, what do you think about making minimum mandatories on things like this? On one of these charges?
Minimum mandatories are always a bad idea. Is you take the discretion.
Well, we do DUI too.
Take the discretion away from the judge. It's never a good idea.
I mean, I think this is easily punishable by a year in prison for doing something like this.
If the tiger had to be put down as a result of what she did,
them more.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minimum mandatories are just a minimum we can give you. That's not the maximum.
Yeah, but if you're charged with a certain type of crime, you have a minimum mandatory. So if the minimum mandatory is 6 months, what she did there didn't warrant 6 months. That's like you need to have a felony on your record for trespassing so everybody knows that you're a dumbass. And you probably need to pay a bunch of money to the zoo. But you don't need to go to prison for that.
In a situation like this, it's cruel to the animal, and it reminds us that you have the inability to make good choices.
You're putting yourself in danger, and you're unwittingly putting the animal in danger because the zoo staff will have to put the animal down. If it comes down to it's either you or the animal, they're going to kill the animal.
There are zoos right now that put like these huge glass walls, and you can walk over the wall and everything else like that. And they do that because they know people are dumb. And knowing people are dumb, do I have to set up my safety standards, increase them because people are dumb? And the answer, I think, is yes. I don't think you're absolutely responsible, but now this place has been put on notice that this is something that somebody could easily do.